Mackinac Island between Michigan's Lower and Upper Peninsula is steeped in tradition. Bikes and horse-drawn carriages cover the island. You won't find any cars. They're not allowed.
Tell us about your horses. I mean, you have to really know these guys pretty well.
Oh yeah, these guys, this is Rolls and this is Royce, and they've been on the island for about a month. Just 1 month. They're doing a really good job. The first few days they were kind of jumpy, but they've calmed down a lot, gotten into the routine.
Everywhere you look, the past is alive. Caleb Riddle takes us to our first stop on the island, a place that paints a beautiful picture of the history that's happened here, the Grand Hotel.
Welcome to the Grand Hotel.
I can't think of a better word to describe this than grand.
Well, we're a rare place in the world today. I mean, we're talking about stepping back into time. Our challenge is to offer as many modern amenities as we can, but never forget who we are, where we came from.
Built in 1887, Grand Hotel offered a summer retreat for people who arrive by lake steamers and rail. For 126 years, it's been a destination that's offered the backdrop for countless memories and so many vantage points where you can't help but marvel.
But I still think the Porch is our signature more than anything else. We've had 33 major expansions from the original 200 rooms to 385 rooms, and we've always been conscious not to compromise the architectural integrity of the front porch. It is truly our logo.
It's considered the longest front porch in the world, measuring 660 feet long. There are 100 rocking chairs where you can relax and appreciate the 1,600 geraniums that add some extra color.
It's because we do things the old-fashioned way. You talked about the grounds and gardens. Instead of one guy with a weed whacker, there's 3 guys with shears. And this is a Venetian art glass chandelier. It's a Murano Art Glass company. Same company's been in business over 400 years.
Bob Tagetz is the hotel's historian. It's one of only 2 jobs like it in the country. For years, he's studied the time period, the materials, and the people that have stayed here. But it's one family that throughout its history has been credited for making this seasonal retreat a success.
And I've taken over as a 3rd generation of our family to own and operate this wonderful old house.
Dan Musser III serves as president of Grand Hotel. His uncle started as a front desk clerk before taking full ownership in 1932. Dan's father then bought the hotel in 1979. And Dan knew early on that he would be happiest carrying on the tradition.
And so when I finally decided I wanted to make a life of this, I started full-time the day after I graduated from college, and haven't left.
675 people make up the staff of Grand Hotel. It equals out to 1 member for every 2 guests, a ratio that's one of the highest in the country.
And service is really important here at the Grand Hotel.
Well, service is very important here. It's part of who we are. When I say we put on a theatrical experience, the way we look, the way we act, the way we treat our guests, the quality of our food, it's all part of the total experience.
That total experience is different for every family that spends the night. Its 385 guest rooms are all different, each decorated in its own original way.
Every room here is filled with so much character.
Well, one of the ideas behind the way we look is not to represent a single period throughout the years, but to be the best of all those periods and put it together in an eclectic mix.
There are also many surprises on display that you'd have to go to some of the world's finest museums to be able to see.
We're in the Grand Hotel Art Gallery. One of the greatest assets of the hotel is our neighbors. Richard and Jane Manoogian own one of the top art collections in the United States. For over 20 years, at no charge, they lent us some of the most beautiful paintings we've ever had.
You know, we're steeped in tradition, and yet I don't think we're stuffy. And yet, you know, we try to keep the things that keep us unique and special, like a coat and tie after 6 o'clock for gentlemen in this area.
The recent addition of an ice cream parlor has proven to be quite popular, thanks in part to its namesake, Sadie. The Scottish Terrier belongs to Dan's parents. Sadie won Best in Show at the Westminster Dog Show in 2010. This little dog isn't the hotel's only brush with fame.
Universal Pictures is proud to present Christopher Reeve.
A romantic science fiction movie from 1980, Somewhere in Time, helped put Grand Hotel and Mackinac Island on the map.
We know if it runs in a cable system pretty much anywhere in the country because our reservation lines light up from that area. And there's really not a night that we don't have a guest that's here because of that movie.
In fact, it has the largest single fan club of any single release movie after Gone with the Wind. In 18 years, I've never had a day when someone didn't ask me about that movie.
This Time for Keeps is another movie still buzzed about for its backdrop. Esther Williams and Jimmy Durante starred in the musical romance released in 1947. Today, the Esther Williams Pool offers guests a place to take a swim and soak up the sun. While there is certainly excitement that comes with its Hollywood past, it's most proud of the regular people who keep coming back.
The island is just so fun. I mean, we have been here since I was little, and we still find something new to do every day.
What is it that keeps bringing you back?
I can always find a little adventure up here, and I love the Grand Hotel.
I like it a lot because there's always something new that you can explore, and the staff is always excellent, and the food here is really, really good.
Grand Hotel has undergone countless renovations over the years, all while keeping character and safety in mind.
The original hotel from 1887, we opened July 10th, was 440 feet long. Today we're 660 feet long. We were 2 stories. These are the dormers up here, which became our 3rd floor. We built a 4th floor in the back plus the parlor level. The kitchen was separate from the hotel for fear of fire. They had a walkway to the hotel. And if there was a fire in the kitchen, you could chop down the walkway and save the building. We've been very lucky, knock on something. We've never had any significant fire at the hotel.
So we've, invested considerable amounts over the last several decades to keep this wonderful lady going for another 126 years.
A wonderful lady serving up a summer experience that couldn't be more grand.
Life to the Max is brought to you by Life Touch, photography for a lifetime.